All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Ralph's Pound for Pound Breakdown podcast. I do this randomly or periodically, whatever word you want to use. I do want to say thanks for watching, checking out my page. It is new. Formerly, I was signed to ESPN, doing stuff in San Diego, a news kind of thing for MMA. My buddies, they started it. I jumped on it with them. We all did it together. I'm not taking credit. I'm just stating the fact. So that being said, what I like to do is I like to break down fights. I like to get people's opinions, just have a conversation. I don't like to fight back and forth with people. It's really kind of irritating. However, what I'm trying to do right now is break down the Jon Jones versus Daniel Cormier 2, the fight that's coming at you on July 29th, Saturday, in Anaheim. I don't know if it's a Honda Center or whatnot, but who gives a fuck, right? So I was looking for tickets to this motherfucker, and they're $300 for one ticket, not even upper. It's like the below upper level, and it's kind of fucked up because I used to go to UFCs all the time. I'm talking UFC 45, 50, 70, younger numbers. Now we're up there in the 214 coming up here in July 29th. Daniel Cormier versus Jon Jones. With that being said, Daniel Cormier is the current champion. Jon Jones is the former champion who had the title ripped away from him. The man has never lost a fight, unless you want to call Matt Hamill a loss, where Jon Jones was delivering 12-2 elbows. I just hit the top of that and it sucked. Cheers. Shout out to Latitude 33 San Diego Brewery, making 8% honey beer. Anyways, so Jon Jones throwing 12-6 elbows down on Matt Hamill. Forgot what round. However, it doesn't matter. He ends up getting disqualified from the fight. It's his loss. That's his first loss ever in the UFC. Dana White went and protested it, and the Nevada Athletic Commission would not overturn it. So we got Jon Jones with a 22-1 record. He's got 9 knockouts. He's got 6 submissions, 7 decisions. Coming in with Daniel Cormier here. Daniel Cormier now has 19 wins, 1 loss. He's coming in with 6 knockouts. He got 6 submissions and 7 decisions. Knowing that Daniel Cormier is definitely hard-hitting. He's a big dude. Thing is with Daniel Cormier, though, I don't see him doing things that, that would actually affect Jon Jones. Jon Jones being the guy that basically he's a phenom. He's Vitor Belfort in his beginning years. He's the Randy Couture of every division, taking a dude and beating him at what he wants to beat him at. Jon Jones beat Daniel Cormier at wrestling. Took him down multiple times. I think DC got 1 takedown last I watched the fight. 5 rounds, Jon Jones just whooped that ass. So seeing Jon Jones come into this shit, the thing is, I really, I'm a big Jon Jones fan. I'm going to be biased. I could be either way about it. However, going into that, Jon Jones hasn't fought since April 23rd of 2016 versus Ovince St. Preux. Ovince St. Preux was really good. It actually was a really good fight. Jon Jones came into it in a different fashion, kind of just like a warm-up fight, so they said. With the warm-up fight, Daniel Cormier said, if Jon Jones would have fought Daniel Cormier on that night, Daniel Cormier would have won. However, think of it this way. Daniel Cormier, Jon Jones would have trained for you a whole different way. He wouldn't have trained for you the way he does St. Preux. St. Preux's not as good a wrestler as you are. So, Winklejohn, where Jon Jones trains out of in Albuquerque, New Mexico, definitely, 100%, lots of wrestling. And now you got Jon Jones fighting Daniel Cormier after a whole bunch of weight training, lift training, muscle, getting really swole. Jon Jones is just beefed the fuck up. So I'm really hoping his weight cut right now is doing really well. He makes 205 for the championship fight. I know DC last time had a tough time. He was doing the whole hold the towel and try and get that little and what that does is it makes the scale drop just a little bit, sliver, a little bit. Not say he's cheating, but just say that, hey, it is what it is. So, that coming in, Jon Jones has only fought Ovince St. Preux, who he won by decision, after 5 rounds. Then Daniel Cormier previous to that. You can go on YouTube right now and watch Daniel Cormier, Jon Jones. I encourage you to do it. Great fight either way. Also good just to kind of freshen up on your MMA if you're an MMA fan. Daniel Cormier, on the other hand, he's had a lot of fights since his loss to Jon Jones, which was 4 fights ago. With those 4 fights since, Daniel Cormier has fought Anthony Johnson, Alexander Gustafsson, Anderson Silva on a randomness because that's when Jon Jones was supposed to fight him. And Anderson Silva jumped in. Really, I mean, Anderson's the best in the world. He lost. He got owned. Anyways, and Anthony Rumble Johnson, the second time. I've had 2 of these, and so if I get my numbers correct, you know what I'm saying. All right, moving on. So, Jon Jones beat Daniel Cormier by decision back in 2015, January 03, 2015. I ain't gonna lie to you, I look right. I got a little note. I got my computer open so I can look and talk. It's not like I'm fucking off the top with all this shit. I'm not trying to be a wizard, giving my opinion. Anyways, moving on. Knowing that Daniel Cormier and Jon Jones, the first fight, the way it went, Daniel Cormier, if you see him, improved. All he did with Rumble Johnson, the first fight, right after he lost to Jon Jones, was wrestle. He wrestled and he basically beat up Rumble, which Rumble should have been better at it. I mean, his wrestling, he's a really good wrestler, but he's definitely not Daniel Cormier, Olympic wrestler. So, by the way, Daniel Cormier is an Olympic wrestler. He was on the team, but he didn't actually wrestle for USA Olympics. So, Anthony Rumble Johnson, he wins by submission. First time, he did it in the 3rd round. Then, he went to fight on Alexander Gustafsson, who he won decision 5 rounds. Then, fights Anderson Silva. When Jon Jones gets popped for some kind of a drug, steroid, something that makes your dick hard, essentially bought from AM, PM because he was trying to fuck a bitch. Which was Anderson Silva comes in, gets beat up for 3 rounds, decision by Daniel Cormier. We got 1 submission, we got 2 decisions. And then Anthony Johnson again. That was his last fight that he fought in April 2017 of this year. Submitted him again. All right, that's great and all, but it doesn't show improvement. Jon Jones has said it doesn't show improvement in Daniel Cormier's game. I agree. If you're going to look at a guy who beat the same guy with submissions twice, Anthony Rumble Johnson, love him to death, motherfuckers like he's our generation's Tyson when it comes to dudes putting dudes on their back with 1 punch. His uppercuts are phenomenal. I just don't see anything. I don't see anything great that Jon Jones is doing. Daniel Cormier is doing that's going to make him it's going to make him actually go above and beyond and beat Jon Jones. I mean, do I see a 5-round decision? Yeah, actually, I could see that. But coming into it the way it is, the way they're going at each other on Twitter, check that out also. Daniel Cormier, Jon Jones, Twitter battle. The motherfuckers it's sick. So, watching these 2 dudes going back and forth on Twitter, knowing how they fought before, knowing the press conferences and the bullshit they go through there, I'm definitely expecting a brawl. So, who's my picks? Who am I going to go for? Well, I want to let you know that you can go to Sacktown OG on Instagram. You can go Sacktown OG on Twitter. Sacktown OG on Facebook. Oh, shit, son. That's who I am. That's my name on there. I'm from Sacramento, California. Go there, and you can see all my picks. I go on UFC Fantasy on the app on my phone. I make my picks for every fight card for who's going to win, how they're going to win, knockout, submission, decision, and what round they're going to win. Now, what am I right now? I'm number 5,004 on the motherfucking fantasy. Now, that's 5,000 out of however many millions of people are playing the UFC app. And there's a lot. So, actually, you know who's good is my wife. My wife's a bad woman when it comes to making fight picks. She caught up to me real fucking quick. We started January 2016, first fight card. She makes her picks. That girl can pick. I don't know if it's from sitting with me or did blind luck, but she's doing a good goddamn job. So, anyways, I'm number 5,004 on the UFC picks. I got a fantasy going with some friends. Actually, I got a buddy of mine, guy I used to be on ESPN with, Nick. that dude, he's actually beat me now on the last card. Really good picks, but he started late, so he can't beat me overall. He's not as good as me yet. Maybe 2018. He might get me then. So, I'm going to go with Jon Jones. I see Jon Jones winning by a decision because his last 4 fights were by decision. When he beat Owen St. Perdue, decision, Daniel Cormier, decision, Glover Teixeira, decision, and then Alexander Gustafsson by decision, which, by the way, was one of the baddest fights ever. And people want to see Alexander Gustafsson, Jon Jones, too. And if Jon Jones runs through Daniel Cormier, we might see an Alexander Gustafsson 2 fight. Definitely don't see a Glover Teixeira. Daniel Cormier is counting on a 3rd fight, if he does win, to fight Jon Jones a 3rd time because he has to prove that he's got to do the triple. I forgot the name of the word time. Anyways, got to do 3rd. Do I see it happening? If he wins, yes, I see a 3rd fight. But I also see Jon Jones whooping that ass and then fighting Glover Teixeira next. And then after that, who the fuck's he got to fight? He's beat everyone. We need Rumble to come out of retirement to fight Jon Jones as the champion. I think then Rumble could be the champion. But then again, probably not. Jon Jones is just that bad of a motherfucker. So, thanks for watching Ralph's Pound for Pound Breakdown podcast coming at you. Check out my page, follow, go to Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, Sacktown OG. Click whatever buttons over here to make you subscribe and check me out, man. Every time we do fights, now you can watch the other ones too. Go watch the previous fights. I usually do them during the fight card, but if I don't do them during the fight card, I'll do them later on or earlier. Who the fuck knows? I do what I want, right? I'm going to drink beer. I'm going to do some other stuff and chill here. And by the way, that's my truck. I built that motherfucker 100%. Airbags, laid out, 24s. Sit here in my game room, garage, living the lifestyle as a man does. So, cheers to all you MMA fans. Eventually I'll do Bellator, but right now I'm just kind of getting this thing started. So let me know what you think. If you like it, if you want me to keep doing it, make your comments. I'd love to comment back. Have conversations with very emotional, fun players who are watching MMA. By the way, I train Alliance Jiu-Jitsu San Diego, Alliance Jiu-Jitsu in Mira Mesa, San Diego is what I mean with Johnny Fedia. I'm a blue belt right now. I got the purple coming soon. Keep putting in that work, motherfucker. So, anyways, hit me up. Sacktown OG, Ralph's Pound for Pound Breakdown. Peace.